switch. They saying you switch and you won't get it. You know they came from the bottom and now we is lit. You was lit. I gotta get it, I gotta get it. You hating cause I on the wrist. Why bet you wanna be famous, huh? They act like they made us, huh? You know I'm icy in Vegas, huh? This for the that hate us, huh? I make a lot of new money, huh? When it's not savers, huh? Be like
We are situated about 8 miles west of New York City at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Miami Dolphins and the New York Jets. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. They'll look to throw on first down with Josh Rosen. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Here's Kamara out of the pistol. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Now Rosen on first down. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so, and gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd and 1. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
On first down, it's Rosen. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved, just as you said. They want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
To throw again on second down. Rosen, and finding the tight end Hooper. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Rosen in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Now Rosen looking to throw. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. That was the 8th play of the drive, so a somewhat fitting pickup of 8 yards. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Alvin Kamara, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Dolphins take it right down and score on the opening drive. Gano the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Let's go! The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now a first carry for Latavius Murray. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
2nd and 9 at the 26-yard line.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Check 43. Kill, lady.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. He's going to find his tight end. That's Chris Herndon. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And it'll be Dolphin football. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. Look, they're on the road, so getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
And a nice gain at 21 yards. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins first down. Rosen in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's completed all 7 of his passes thus far. A run there on first down and a pretty good one at 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Kamara. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down.
Let's go, defense. Let's get off the field, defense.
From the shotgun, it's Rosen. And that's complete to Jeffrey. And he's going to get this inside the 30. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 26.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Rosen now 8 of 8 throwing the ball in this first quarter. It's 1st and 10. Running with Kamara. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. From the gun, it's Rosen. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. You got a young quarterback, maybe. That's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that, because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Rosen will throw. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down.
That's a good job there, creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. And this is just outside the right upright. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically, what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Man, that's trash. That's trash.
Darnold off the play fake to Bell. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense, and reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? That sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. Now a draw play. This is Bell. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Second quarter now from MetLife Stadium. The Jets with the football here as they've got it with a 2nd down and 2 coming up. Yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
He's crashing. He's checking crash.
Now Anderson on the jet sweep. They'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. 10 yards is the pickup. Good enough for a Jet first down.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction, and when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
Here we go, son. 52, Mike, 52. Set the tone, defense. Man, 80. Defense, let's go. Check, check. Lucky, lucky, lucky. Check, check. Check.
Now a first down carry by Bell. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. And they'll try the air now with Darnold. Escaping the pressure right. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
Darnold and the Jets come up 3rd and long following the sack. Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. Flush to his right. He can run for it, and he will. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. After the penalty, it's Bell. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 without the 4. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Murray. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
55, Mark 55. Got you. Red 80. Rush in, rush in, rush in. Watch it quick.
And no signal yet. I don't think he got in. He didn't. They'll mark him at the 1. No gain on the play, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. One man in the backfield, Murray on 2nd and goal.
Get in the weight room. Check 9, check 9. Bang, 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 bang.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Latavius Murray, his first touchdown of the new season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove down...
Looking for Jeffrey, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And he brings this one back. It's a pick-6 and a Jet touchdown. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on, come on.
Fine. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. That 7-0 lead in there is short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
I'm coming after you.
Here's Rosen. And this one's incomplete.
Well, we've seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half, unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. And now it's Rosen looking. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11. On first down, McFarland. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Push him back. Push him back. Check.
To throw is Rosen. That's caught over the middle. Hooper. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 7 yards there and a first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. Here's Rosen to throw. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Now Rosen. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
And did he put that on a dime? He did. Wow. Out of bounds at the 1-yard line.
We're certainly not going to see a better punt than that. Definitely taking a chance because if that thing clips the pylon, it comes out to the 20, but instead it goes out of bounds at the 1-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They scored a touchdown the last time they had the football, but things going to be a little bit more difficult this time.
Oh, certainly, because where they're starting, the goal isn't even thinking about a touchdown at this point. They're thinking about field position, a couple of 1st downs in order to give some room for their punter and maybe flip the field position for their defense.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Here's Murray. And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. 2 yards, good enough for a 1st.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, "Are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the 1st down." They love being physical.
Here we go. Here we go. One twist. Showing it.
Back to the ground, this time with Bell. And an alley to run. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. 17 yards for the Jets there as they've got themselves a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
52's the mic. Hey, lady. He's coming. Oh, lady. Check 24. Watch the shit.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Taylor. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter, 14-7. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
On 2nd and 9, Darnold. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, they like his work ethic. This guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as he'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down.
Start. 52, 152. Watch the pass. Watch it.
Darnold on 1st down. Caught here by Bell. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Darnold going to lead the offense up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Throwing again is Darnold. And incomplete, he dropped it. Maybe a rookie mistake there, 2nd down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Again, Darnold. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
At their own 36-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive, and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs, and that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Rosen now 11 of 17 passing thus far. He's got his guys a 1st and 10.
Hey, alert, alert.
Now it's Rosen. Being chased out left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. 2nd and 13. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in the half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful, because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with.
Watch the out, watch the out.
After the interception, here's Darnold. He's got Herndon, his tight end.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
2nd and 2.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
We own them.
Darnold. Throw complete to Herndon. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. The catch and run, good for 18 and a 1st down.
Nice job, nice patience right there. Put him on the right side, let him work his way across, put the ball in his hands, and let him work his way upfield with a catch.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Darnold now to throw. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds.
Incomplete. It's now 2nd and 10.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To the air again, Darnold. That'll be taken in by Anderson. He's down inside the 10 to the 8. And it comes on a gain of 8. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And the kick by Gonzalez is good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So a capper there to a pretty good first half. And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! And the Jets set to receive this third quarter kickoff, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in the second half. And this will be a touchback. That sails over the end line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it. And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half. See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Under 10, under 10, 80. He's checking. Crash.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold. Herndon's got it complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 14 yards is the pickup there and a Jet first down. So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to swing the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Check. Crunch.
On first down, Bell. And he'll run straight into a wall of tacklers at the line of scrimmage. It's 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
It's our field. Hey, it's our house. You gonna touch it.
Again, it's Bell.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Whip. Watch the whip.
Darnold from the gun. And he's got a moonwalk. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
First down. First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Darnold now 12 of 16 thus far. It's first and 10. Bell. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
So now first and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory right at the 40. Here's Darnold. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack. Back at the 47-yard line. Tack McKinley made his way into the backfield.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the third quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go to the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. Back to throw, Darnold. A screen to Bell. It'll be a pickup of 8 on the screen, and it sets up a third down.
I wonder what was going through his mind when he got the play call. He just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there, take the hit, and successfully complete the screen pass. Really well done.
Third and long, it's Darnold. And it's caught by Herndon. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 20-yard line.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
They'll run on first down. It's Bell, and he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
The run only got a yard. Here's second and 9. They stay on the ground. This time it's Hill. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. The Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down.
Just like that. 552. Hey, pick your game up.
Here's Darnold. This is caught. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Robbie Anderson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Jets will extend their lead. Gonzalez good on the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. From the gun, it's Rosen. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. To throw again on second down. Rosen, and that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the score. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ja'Kai Polite coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up fourth. Here's Matt Hawk now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And he gets this away, angled for the sideline with a lot behind it. Wow. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive, that culminating touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter.
Le'Veon Bell, kiss him goodbye. The 30. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Le'Veon Bell. An 80-yard touchdown. And the Jets will extend their lead. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
This is fielded at the goal line. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
At their own 32-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Oh, Rosen is stripped to the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Third and long here for Rosen. And that will be incomplete.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. And he gets it away, and it's a laser headed for the sidelines. This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
They start the drive on the ground with Hill. And he's up past the 10 to about the 12. Call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the third.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Check, 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 check. Switch, switch, switch.
On second down, it's Bell. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
I'm here, lady. I'm here all day. Chef. Hey, check 25.
They'll try and run for it with Bell. And he'll have the first down as he's up to about the 18. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
First and 10 at the 18-yard line.
We're going to set. 55. I got you. Lady. You're all mine, baby. Get this. You're all mine. Watch out.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
We're going to set. Mike back two. Tackle. Shift. Watch the shift. Red 80. Patch it.
On 2nd down, it's Bell. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Out of the shotgun, it's Bell. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. And I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off the game.
And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
To throw is Darnold. Found his target, it's Anderson. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 40. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way, it worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Check curls. SOS.
On 1st down, Bell. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they won't put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
They'll go again with Bell. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Now after the run by Bell, here's another 1st and 10.
No. Check hot route. Hot.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And a look at Bell, who remains down after that play. Appears to have gotten shaken up. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. On 2nd down now, it's Taylor. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 10 yards is the pickup, good enough for a Jet first down. Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and mini camps for these situations, these scenarios, to run someone into the ground and secure a victory.
They'll go with Hill here on first down. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Tackled that time by Jerome Baker out of Ohio State.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Hey, watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
That was second down run for Murray. And they'll get him down right around the 16. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
The Jets on third down. They've been outstanding. 7 first downs and 8 tries. This is 3rd and 8. On third down, it's Hill. And they'll get him down short of the first down, right on the 10-yard line. They'll get 6 there on the run, but it brings up 4th down.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Trumaine Johnson. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
I got him. Out, 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 out. Red 80. Check 37.
They'll run it with Bell. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now.
We go set. 55. 3 buzz, 3 buzz, 3 buzz.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor down to the 30 after a gain of 3. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
The Jets on 3rd down. Can't fault these numbers. 7 for 9 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
55. Check 55. Mike. Red 80. Target. Check 26. Check 26. No, it's not.
On first down, Murray. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
55, Mike, 55. Hey, eat. Red 80. Cut. Tighten up. Check it out.
On second down now, it's Bell. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up.
No gain on the play. Leads to 3rd and 11.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. On 3rd down, here's Hill. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10.
Donald on the keeper. It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 17-yard line.
Let's put them on the buses. Let's put that team on the bus. Reset.
And they take a knee.
Donald on the keeper.
So 1st and 2nd down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13.
Hey, check. 3 down. Reset.
And they'll indeed take a knee.
Donald on the keeper. A loss of a yard. It's 4th down.
So it's a victory here for the New York Jets. And, you know, it wasn't a shutout. They did give up the points in the first quarter, but 2nd, 3rd, and 4th quarter, they held them scoreless.
Brandon, if you throw a shutout for quarters 2, 3, and 4, you can win a lot of games in this league. And this felt a lot like, almost like if you say baseball, and the pitcher goes through the lineup the first time and the hitters get to see him, and then they come out after that and the bats start blazing, right? I think they saw their best stuff in the first quarter and just shut everything down from that point on. What a great, convincing performance.
So for the Jets, it's back-to-back victories now after the Week 1 defeat as they move to 2-1. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Buffalo Bills. Meanwhile, for Miami, they too will